Alright, so I'll try to do something new. I'll make a reaction video on the newest world record on the full length campaign on the any percent category by AlenorEmblem. So this is actually very interesting. 2 months ago, a guy named AlenorEmblem came in and absolutely devastated all of the records in the Dungeon Keeper scene. Not only the individual levels, he also started now with the full game run. Apart from that, I also checked his YouTube. I'll leave a link in the comments. He also crushed a couple of other games, Dungeon Keeper 2, and he also took my record on the very obscure game 7 Kingdoms. And no, that's not the Game of Thrones reference. It's a very old game, strategy game, very fun. And I only had 1 record on it, and he took it as well. But I'm very impressed. I already looked through this, skimmed through this video very shortly, and it's really good. He shatters the record, which was previously set by Ginger Nat, and before that it was me. And I believe the previous record was somewhere around the 2 hour 17 minutes mark, and this guy brings it down to approximately 150, which of course is significance. And he uses a lot of new routings, and he uses a lot of old routings, and he plays risky, and it's a blast to watch. So let's do it. He has some theatrical things here in the beginning. The full game, the full video I will leave as well a link to for the ones who want to see it. And let's go. I'm starting my timer here on the side, so you can see approximately how my time compares to his. So he starts off with Eversmile, and Eversmile is a very straightforward map, but it's actually not that easy. There is a timer which starts instantly as you get control of your creatures, and you need to be quick to take the portal, otherwise you will miss the first tick when a creature comes. But of course Alenor has practiced this map rigorously, and he does not miss the first tick. And the reason why it's important to get the first tick of the portal is because the heroes will start to arrive as soon as you have, I believe it is 7 or 6 creatures, I don't remember correctly, but that I think it's 7, and it puts a hard limit that if you miss the first tick, the first wave of creatures of heroes will come at 240, but if you are quick enough, they will come at 220, which is a 20-second improvement. And Alenor knows this, of course, and he has practiced this map a lot, so he does not miss the first tick. There is also a significant difference between this, because of course Alenor plays on a Keeper FX version, and for those of you who don't know what that is, so basically no one plays on the original game anymore. We play on the fan-made expansion called Keeper FX, which is a fantastic mod which makes the game playable and to a very high standard. It actually works flawlessly today, and as far as I believe even multiplayer works, which is fantastic. But the main difference between this map, also the levels are not exactly the same. So the levels of the waves of heroes that are coming here on the first map, it's actually a bit more difficult on the Keeper FX. So it's also very important that none of your creatures die, because the countdown is... Let's see how he does this then. He does not possess. He lost a fly, but he managed to save the beetles. That's good. So only 1 creature died, which is really good, because that means that the new timer will start, but it will also... Well, there's no new timer. The next wave will come as soon as you have a set amount of creatures. So when as few creatures as possible die, and this time they come at 8 creatures, that means that he will now get the very quickest one. And of course now it doesn't matter if a creature dies or not, and he possesses and kills the knight. I do believe that Alenor is also the person who has the record for the fastest ever smile. And you can see he has a very nice timing here compared to mine. It's it says +1, but it's because I started my timer a little bit prematurely. And Cozy Ton is not the first 3 maps are actually surprisingly, or the first 4 kinda are actually surprisingly difficult. Again, you have to be very careful with the portal timer for this map. You don't want to miss the first tick of creatures arriving. But this map you also have to be very conservative with how much gold you spend and what kind of rooms you build. So you can see he dug out to the portal, and he also dug a 3 times 1 space next to the portal so that more imps could claim it simultaneously, and also to that he had space, enough claimed space to actually build all of the required rooms to get the beetle. And yeah, as soon as you have, I believe it's 9 out of the standard rooms, the treasure room, the lair and the hatchery, you get access to the training grounds. And you want the training grounds because you want to have a demon spawn. Also there's this you want to, yeah, exactly. And of course in this map it's a little bit RNG based, because you want to have as many demon spawns as possible, because they are significantly stronger than the beetle and the fly. Right now he's preparing, he triggered the hero spawn back at the hero fortress. We saw that earlier. There's an action point there. When you move there, it will spawn this invading gang of heroes. Now I do believe that it is 8 creatures which are required, so that's why it's important to get the portal, the first tick of the portal, also in this map. And it's quite stressful, this map. The first maps are tricky. If you don't get a good timing on the first 4 ones, you might as well restart, because you will lose a lot of time doing that. You see he has 4, 5 demon spawns. It's really good. Next tick will be the fight, and he's training them so that they get a little bit stronger in preparation for the fight with the Lord of the Land. And now he's using this classic one, this classic slapping, that he's just slapping up the demon so that they will aggro automatically the heroes when they come. And they absolutely shred the heroes, not a problem. And then comes the Lord of the Lands. And he does not possess, which is interesting, and he picks it up. I actually don't know why he did that, but still it's a very nice timing. I believe you have to be lucky to get a faster timing for that matter. So you see he's still, even though I started my timer, he's still 12 seconds faster than me at this point, because I probably missed, I think I missed a tick on the Eversmile. Again, the 3rd level, you on the Water Dream Worm, you need to be very careful with the portal. Again, because there's this tick timer. And you see he got a creature immediately, so he just got in just in time to get the portal. And for this map it's also a little bit tricky to be conservative with the gold. You need to mind what kind of structure to build. And notice he's building 2 lairs here. And the reason why he's building 2 lairs is because in order for the next creature to be able to join the dungeon, they need to have space to sleep. So he cannot build more spaces, because then he would not be able to afford the treasure room. And now he's building a couple of lairs more so that the creatures will be matched, but he's not building 9 squares. Not just yet. That's 9, that's 10. So he has 10 lair squares, which is enough to trigger. In this map the limit is 10 for the heroes to start coming. And you notice he dug out to the training room, which was up to the top left. That's so that he gets the skeletons, because the skeletons are the driving force on this map. They are the strongest ones. Now he's putting everyone into the library, slapping them, and trying to get the speed spell as quickly as possible. He currently has 6 units, which means that he has a little bit over a minute until until it's possible to start triggering the hero spawns. And he's using the old technique, which is digging out this way and then triggering the action point of the hero dungeon, and he will probably speed a skeleton and run in and kill all of the heroes spawning manually. And there he triggered the action point. And he's now waiting for the speed spell to come. So I mentioned he's using the old method, the new method, because in Keeper FX, again, this map differs quite a bit from the original map. On the original map there are only 2 hero waves, but in Keeper FX there are actually 3. We do believe that it is faster to do a trick called a wall clip with a fly. Let's see, he does this fight. And you see, very nice, he's hitting almost every blow. Of course that's also a little bit luck based, but I mean, he's decimating this force very quickly. And the faster you decimate the force, the faster the next one will spawn. It's on a limit. When the last hero is killed, the next one will spawn. But the new method is that you fly in with a fly and you trigger the action point, and you bait the tunneler, which is the digging dwarf of the hero party, to go and dig through the fortified wall. In that way you can claim all of the hero Y squares and you can drop all of your forces on them. We do believe it is probably faster, but it is less consistent because the dwarf is very fickle, and also if you lose the fly, your limit might be with 10 creatures. If your creatures die in the fight, you will lose time. So it's a little bit more risky to do it that way. That is why he's possessing the skeleton and running up manually, even though there are 3 waves. And for a full game run, you will have to take into consideration the risk counter reward, of course, because I mean, in a 2-hour run, you need to take those factors in. If you mess up, then you will lose a lot of time. So losing a little bit more time for the sake of consistency might be an idea to do. And he's very disciplined in this level. Of course, he knows that after a set amount of time, I don't recall exactly how much time it is, then he knows that he will run at this particular point, and you see he reaches the heroes exactly in time. Very nice. Very nicely executed. And of course his level 4 skeleton is definitely strong enough to deal with all of those heroes. Not an issue. I'll skip forward a bit here because it's the same procedure again. Of course that will mess the timer up. That's not great, but it doesn't matter. Actually, I'll cancel the live split, I think. For now, doesn't matter anyway. Or maybe I'll have the live split open but just don't have the timer on. Maybe that's better, yeah. And of course he runs in at the perfect time, and he knows he's missing. He's there, he has speed, he's slapped. And there we go. And there we go. And this is of course a really good timer. You can see his goal splits again here also for him, but it's very quick. It's currently it is 50 seconds faster than my old record. Flower Hat is a rather tricky level as well. You need to be well aware on which rooms you build, and you see he builds a treasure room and a training room. That's because he wants to have he wants to have a demon spawn, and he doesn't build 9 squares of the library just for that particular reason, because he does not want a wizard just yet. Warlock. He doesn't want a warlock just yet. First he needs a dragon spawn, demon spawn, and then he will get a warlock. And as soon as he gets a demon spawn, he will run in. He runs over the lava straight into the hero dungeon, as you can see. And this is actually a very nice showcase on what we do in speedrunning. We always strafe walk because it's very much quicker. And here he will reslap the demon spawn to keep him slapped. And I see this is what he does that is really well executed. So he's actually managing to attack and I believe kill 1 or 2 even of the barbarians. So the purpose is of course to lure the heroes away from the heart, so that you can go with a imp and dig them out, and then it doesn't matter. You need them to be far away, because they will kill you with the imp when you possess otherwise. Now he slaps and he runs with the imp. It's actually really lucky there because he didn't actually break that door. So I actually had a lot of luck that the heroes were actually keeping that door open for him. So it's a very high risk level, as you can see. And you want to reach these spiders because this level 7 spider is very strong, of course. He has slow and freeze. And what he's doing now is also quite risky, I would say. I didn't do this strat myself. I opted for a slower one but more consistent one. And but he knows that the spiders will defeat the 2 archers and the Lord of the Land, which are close to the heart. Meanwhile, he's been doing all this. His warlocks have been researching. They're trying to get a speed spell, and now he's getting the increased level, which puts the spider at level 8. And at level 8, the spider gets the very powerful spell called Hail. And you'll see he destroys the heart very quickly with this spell. I'll skip forward a little bit because he's so good at the execution at this, because he's exactly as the heart is exploding, he's leaving the spider prematurely so that he can run with the imp. The order of the things that he's doing is perfect here and it's very impressive. And of course you transfer the spider to the next level, which is lush metal on down. So you can see he lost time on Flower Hat. I'm not sure where he lost time on Flower Hat, but maybe it's possible to get the dragon spawn on the first tick. I'm not actually sure if it is, but if you get the dragon spawn on the first tick, I guess you save a couple of seconds. But I do think his execution was very good on Flower Hat. This map is very straightforward, lush metal on down. You just dig straight to the enemy heart and you use the spider and you destroy the heart. There's not much fuss about it. The only tricky part is to slap it, and you have to keep in regard that your spider can actually die. Flies, beetles and imps actually deal some damage to the spider, which is why he sometimes when he is slapping it, he's releasing it for a little bit so that it can kill off some of the smaller creatures close to it. But again, he's playing very, very risky here. He's going down to very low health. I would, in this case, I would actually leave the spider more to its own and let it kill off more of the creatures. But you can see there he waits for a little bit so that it can kill off some of the creatures. And he gets a fantastic timer on that one too, and you can see that I'm skipping it a little bit. His health is dropping quite significantly, but he's taking the chance and he manages. And he's getting 18:34, so he's already 3.5 minutes faster than my record. And he goes on to Snuggledell. Snuggledell is also a very easy map. It's the first map where you encounter the Dark Mistress, which is of course a very, very strong creature in Dungeon Keeper, the first one that you can get that possesses the lightning spell. This is also a map where he diverges a lot from the strategy that I've been using, and I believe that the Ginger Nat, who was the world record runner before me, before Alenor, also did. There is a hidden secret on this level, which is transfer creature, and I must admit I was not aware that this level had a transfer creature, which is wow. So you take your mistresses and you run in, and they will kill blue player very quickly. But the strategy that Alenor is using is a bit slower for this map, but you will see it will pay off in the future. He builds out the full research. He leaves one mistress to decimate blue, but he knows that he's got to research very quickly, and he needs to get the bridge because he wants to transfer creature, and the transfer creature is in the water. I'll skip a bit. He's possessing here, he's killing off the heart as the imps are currently digging out to pass to the secrets. It's possible maybe this level with his strategy is... I have literally no idea if it's well executed or not, but what I can see is that he destroyed blue now, and arguably, since there was a bit of dead time he could not build, you could argue that he could have killed blue later. But I do believe his timing is very good. Maybe it's possible to save a couple of seconds, because ideally you want to, as soon as blue's heart is dead, you want to be able to build bridges. But he's utilizing it quite nicely because he's running away with the imp, scouting so that he can build a bridge in one step and doesn't have to repossess, which is also very good. And of course, you can see now he has 21, so he actually lost half a second when you compare to mine, but you will see what I mean with that. The strategy is in the long run very good. So Wish Veil is a interesting level. It's a very fun level. I remember playing it as a child and I thought it was a fantastic level. You need to destroy the blue player, and you need to destroy all of white's creatures before the Lord of the Land comes. This is also a map that diverges a lot from the original game, because on the original game the Lord of the Land is on a timer. It's a bug in the script. He's supposed to come when you kill all of the white creatures, which is why they fixed it in Keeper FX. But now, as you can see, he has this very strong mistress, and he's just running up to blue player, killing him, and he is researching. Meanwhile, I'm skipping a bit here. Let's see here. So yes, he wants the mistress to heal for a little bit before he goes on to the white player. He's collecting gold because he needs to get the mistress up to a higher level. And it's not for the next level, it's for the level after that. It's for Moonbrush Wood. So now he's starting he's made the bridges, baiting all of white's creatures to run to his heart. which is very different from the strategy that I was using, because in the strategy I was using, I use the white creatures to beat the... I use the white creatures to beat play blue, at the same time as I'm trying to research very quickly for a torture chamber to get a Dark Mistress, and I try to train her to the appropriate level. But with Alenor's strategy, he doesn't need to do that, which of course saves a lot of time. I cannot stress how much time he is actually saving for this. But you can see he's now in the process of getting all of the white creatures and killing them. And he has his level 5 mistress, and he doesn't bother to put her into a training room. He's just using her to kill off all of the heroes. And now he has to dig out to the transfer increase level, and he also has the transfer creature. So he has a level 6 mistress instead of a level 7 one, which I have because, yeah, he's a level 6 one, but he's also in 27 minutes, so he's saved 4 minutes by doing this strategy instead. Of course, Tickle then is a bit different too, because usually in my strat you have a level 7 mistress which has speed, which of course significantly stronger than the level 6 mistress that he has got. But he's also up a lot of time, so probably saves a bunch by it. Tickle is actually quite tricky level. I'm not really sure which is the fastest way to do it. There are white creatures that you need to kill, a couple of fairies and a couple of barbarians, and there's a blue keeper that you need to kill, and there are neutral dogs that you can take. There's also a neutral barbarian here. I'm not sure if I think that's also a difference between the Keeper FX and the original game. I don't think there is a claimable barbarian there. And Alenor, for this map, he opts to possess and dig to the blue keeper as quickly as possible. I would have dug to the dogs as quickly as possible, but as he did this trick when he ran to the imp with the imp to get the barbarian, he can actually put the barbarian and the mistress to kill blue keeper while they're digging to the dogs. So, which is really smart, interesting. I'm not sure if it is faster, but it's for sure creative. But probably he did try different versions out, and he found out that this was quicker. And since he doesn't have a mistress with speed, he's using the dogs instead to kill the barbarians. It's very smart. And he doesn't mind the fairies. He just opened up to the fairies, which will go attack his heart. But fairies, of course, are terrible at destroying hearts. Very good at destroying everything else because of thanks to the lightning spell. But hearts, they cannot do it. So this is very smart, of course, because he's saving a lot of time. It's really good. Yeah, he is at 3 minutes right now. And I believe my tickle was almost 6 minutes. It was, if I recall correctly, I was not executing it very well, but still, probably his tactic is quicker. Alenor is a guy who thinks things through. That is noticeable. But it means that he's going for this increased level, because he needs to get the mistress up to a higher level. And I mean, this timing is off by 1 second, basically nothing. And he is taking this level at almost above a bit over a minute quicker than me, which is really impressive. And as I say, this guy, it's not only that he's doing the executions quite well, that he's executing his strategy quite well. He also has some interesting strategies that, well, that definitely are quicker. So it's very impressive. But this is the map where I was the most surprised when I just looked for the fastest. Because in this map usually I have a level 8 mistress, which means that when you... Because the point of this map, of the Moonbrush, is a very tricky map, by the way. It's a technically difficult map. It requires a lot of very precise possession and a fair bit of luck too. And you have the opportunity to sacrifice your mistress, your horned, your bile demon, and your demon spawn for a horned reaper. But first you need to use your Dark Mistress to go in and kill wizards, because the goal of the map is to kill the 4 wizards. You can see he gets really unlucky here, because the wizard is right next to the door and it freezes him, so he has to start over, which is very, very unlucky. Well, you need to kill the 4 wizards, and when you do, the Lord of the Land will spawn. So you kinda need to, in the previous strategy, you take the mistress and you kill 2 of the wizards, and then you sacrifice her and you get Horned Reaper and you kill the other 2 of the wizards, and then the Lord of the Land comes. But he cannot do it because he has a level 7 mistress, which would put his Horned Reaper at level 4, which is not possible. You can't continue with that because you need a Horned Reaper with speed, and he gets speed at level 5, which is why you want to have a mistress at level 8. And you can see now he dodges the freeze, and he's going for only to hit the wizard. Probably a good idea. I'm not sure if it's quicker to also use lightning, but it's almost impossible to see what you're doing, and if you're in range of hitting it anymore thanks to the lightning effects. But this is also what he does differently then, as he cannot sacrifice. He cannot sacrifice the Dark Mistress, and then you can see he got quite lucky because he got the Priestess used Gust, and they all were put in a corner, but somehow he managed to hit the wizard still. So he got it, and he's using the hatchery to hastily regain the HP of the Mistress. And while he's doing that, he needs to dig out the way to the transfer creature, to the increase level and the transfer creature, and imps tend to get lost in that maze, so he has to do that little part manually. It's a bit of luck, but not that much. He calculated it, and he's using a wall clip to get through here so that his imps does not die. It's very smart, nice little detail. And there he dodges it and he kills the wizard. Very clean, this one. And now he goes for the sacrifice, and he gets he's cutting out to the middle where the Lord of the Land will spawn. He's increasing level, and now he has a level 5 Horned Reaper. It's very clean, very nice. So the main difference here is that he's using the Horned Reaper to kill only 1 of the wizards instead of using the Horned Reaper to kill 2 of the wizards, which was the former strategy. But it's a very difficult level. It's a level that has killed a lot of runs. And he already cut out perfectly here. And you can see since he only opened up for it before, and he's there very quickly. He can use the vampire as a meat shield while he's running with Horned Reaper, and even though he's doing that, he's almost dying. It's a lot of risk, and he picks them up, and he picks them up perfectly in time, and transfer creature and go on. And you see now he has 35, so he's 10 minutes faster now. Very impressive, very, very impressive. And now begins the long run of the levels, which are basically you take your Horned Reaper and you destroy everything. Because Nevergrim is that kind of level. You need to kill the heart. I'm skipping for a bit, and he doesn't transfer. He doesn't transfer the Horned Reaper, which is cocky, but it also puts him at a very fast Nevergrim. He's now 12 minutes faster, because he knows that the next level is of course Hearth, and Hearth is basically an auto scroller, which means in speedrunning terminology it means that regardless whatever you do, you will get the same time. It's not quite true. I was speaking with Ginger, who is current second place holder, and he's saying that there are 2 waves in this level, because this map, you're in the center of the map and you are surrounded by incoming enemies all the time. But in the map there are 2 waves which has a timer attached to them. If you kill them, the next wave will spawn quicker. And apparently he does not pay attention to that, but I mean, we're talking seconds, it doesn't matter that much. And that's why he didn't transfer the Horned Reaper, because you will do fine in this level anyway. It's not a very difficult map, and yeah, after 11 minutes the Lord of the Land will come, something like that. So I will skip for a bit. So the idea, of course, is that he wants to research very quickly, because he still wants to have a Horned Reaper for the next level, and there is a transfer creature in the map. So if you are quick enough to train your creatures, you can still get a very high level Horned Reaper for the next level. So he's just doing that. Let's see. Skipping for a bit. Researching, because he needs to get a torture chamber, of course, and now he gets it. And now he needs to get a Dark Mistress. A bit of luck required, and you can see he's training a troll and a Bile Demon as quickly as possible to get him up to a high level. Fighting, and now he got his Dark Mistress and his training. You can also see he's paying attention to the why isn't he expanding the training room, might think, and you can see the grey meter on the flag of the room is actually determining how efficient the room is. And a 5x5 room is quite efficient, and depending on how many openings it has and whether these openings have doors. But I believe it's still at an 87% efficiency, which is really good. So he's able to get his creatures to exercise much quicker. And Must Obey is not available for this level. I'm not sure if he is if he's torturing a mistress. I cannot see it, because that's of course increasing speed a little bit more. That could be... No, he's not. He could, since he actually made a torture chamber with a spot for 3, he could torture a Bile Demon and a Troll and the spare mistress to train them faster, which is a nice little mechanic in Dungeon Keeper. But if I recall correctly, he'll still be able to get a Horned Reaper at level 10, so of course then it doesn't matter. But it's a nice feature. He's taking the increased levels, and I believe he will soon be digging out to take the other 2 boxes as well. You see he has a level 7, and he's increasing, and he has a level 10 one. So it doesn't matter that he didn't do it the quickest way. And now this is interesting, because of course I went for the glitch, which the exploit, which is that there cannot be more than 255 creatures in a map simultaneously. So what you can do is that you can summon 255 imps, and no more creatures can spawn, which means instant victory as soon as the wave comes, because no creatures can spawn. But it seems that he is killing them manually instead. Which is... let's see. He's... 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, 5 seconds. Nothing. But still, he is at 52 after Hearth, so now he is 16 minutes. 12 minutes. Quicker. When he's starting Elf Stance, and Elf Stance is to run at the enemy with a Horned Reaper. In order to win. There are also some heroes here which are level 1, a bunch of them. They will actually run away from the Horned Reaper. So yeah, that's why he's leaving the Horned Reaper to its own accords, because he will just snipe down stuff easier. And he's going to take the neutral vampires that are here, which he's trading for a little bit. Interesting. I didn't see that before. But in order to win this map, you need to kill all the white creatures, and you need to kill blue and green. And of course it's very quick with your Horned Reaper level 10. You just kill everything. He's training the vampire so that he can quicker take the Horned Reaper. That's genius. So they can more quickly take the Horned Reaper to destroy the keepers, and then he's leaving the Horned Reaper while he's digging out to the transfer creature. Very efficient. Good mapping, good strategy. And you can see he has what? 315. Yeah, it's very good timing. Very good timing. Again, this map is the elves. No, the Buffy Oak. It's also a very easy map in the sense that you just take your Horned Reaper and just run straight at the enemy heart and kill them. But as you can see, he's digging to the transfer creature, which is hidden beneath that gold seam right there. But in order to get the transfer creature, you need to make a library and you need to get a bridge so that you can start claiming. And for that reason, he is taking these neutral dragons. Probably here, this is not perfectly executed, since well, he needs to research, and the sooner he gets bridge, the quicker the imps can start to possess to claim the floor into the transfer creature. But as he's building a small library, the efficiency of the research is a little bit lesser. It's also a possibility to use the Horned Reaper in order to research, because the Horned Reaper is surprisingly good at researching. And then that way he would get bridge quicker. I'm not sure which is fastest on this map, but since you need transfer creature to continue, I do believe you need to get bridge quick. And you can see he's digging here, he's taking blue, he's taking green with the Horned Reaper manually, and he has bridge right now. I'm not sure when he got it. I'm not sure when he got it, but oh, it's fast enough then to actually get the bridge. But as he possessed it manually, probably ideally you would want to be at the last square of claiming at the same time as you defeat blue. That would be the fastest one for this one. So it's not perfectly optimized, this one. Small mistake here, but it's not a big one. He didn't want if he claims the last square, there's a risk that the imp will actually take the box and put it into the library, which is, well, you cannot do anything. You will have to possess the Horned Reaper and kill it manually in order to pick it up. So he's taking a little bit of a safe approach to that one. Probably smart, but lost a little bit of time. But still very fast. Now he is at Sleepyburg. Sleepyburg is actually a very tricky level. Just like Moonbrush Wood, you have to deal with a group of wizards, but in this case they are all in a room. And they are very capable of chain freezing you, and even if they miss all their freezes, that you can still be slowed by them. And as it's a speedrun, being slowed is devastating, of course, because it's very easy to get kited and you don't kill quickly enough. And for this level you need to kill all of the white units, and you need to kill green and blue keeper. So it's digging here, and you also need the bridge, because you need to take the transfer creature, which is hidden up here. So he's using the Horn Reaper to get the bridge, and this is almost a perfect timing, because he has done all of the possessing, all of the digging out, and just as he's supposed to use the Horn Reaper, he gets access to it. And he manages to dodge all of the freezes. Very nice. And this is very smart of him. I believe I am still in possession mode here, trying to kill the wizards. I mean, it's of course a bit risky what he's doing, because it matters how much he managed to hit them, and you can see he gets frozen here in the end. But still, I do believe that that's a very good approach, that he just leaves possession and lets the Horned Reaper kill all of the wizards instead. Very smart. And now he's going into possession to kill blue. Not much to say about that. And he goes in to kill green. And now there's only the white wizard and the entourage which will come. He gets slowed here, which is not great, but still, as I said, this is a very, very tricky level, and yeah, it kills runs, this level. So you can see he's slowed by killing this, losing quite some time for this, but just being able to pass this level is great. And I think his strategy for the wizards were really, really good, really smart. And of course he's already set up everything for the transfer. Very good. He could have, if he would have wanted to build another square of a bridge, which would have caused all of the heroes to move more predictably, because when you move into the lava they will start stepping backwards, which is makes them really hard to hit. Next level is Woodley Rime. Woodley Rime was terrible for me. I lost a lot of time on this level. He's currently 24 minutes. No, sorry, he's still 14 minutes quicker. I lost a lot of time on Woodley Rime because I had to restart. So he's digging. He knows that he's supposed to dig to the square where you can run out with an imp through the water, and then the imps can reinforce the wall so that no creatures can get in, because there are neutral creatures here which will come and try to kill you. He digs out to the blue keeper because he will soon release the aforementioned white creatures, and then they will run and kill blue. Simultaneously he is digging to green, and he will well, I believe he will take the Horned Reaper and use it. Also, he built a library in the first time here to get the bridge again, because he wants to go for the transfer creature on this level. Going for the transfer creature on this level loses quite some time. It speeds up the next level, not significantly, but primarily the next level is very, I believe it's flower scent, something like that, tulip scent. Tulip scent is very, if you're going for the non-transfer, it's very risky. Like, it's very, very risky, because you need to rely on boulder traps instead. It's good for individual levels, but for a full game run, and at this point when he's doing great, this is of course the correct choice to go for the transfer creature. So he's killing off green manually with the Horned Reaper, all standard things, while white is killing blue. And now he's going for the blue keeper. He just opened the... He just opened to his own keeper to bait the... To bait the remaining white creatures. You can see there are 2 samurai here. And these are really tricky because you never know, did they just fight some of blue's remaining creatures, because then the freeze is on cooldown, which puts you at an odds of being frozen. Very, very risky, but I think he planned it well. He knew probably that it was on cooldown, so he didn't need to dodge it even. But a bit risky, of course, because if you can see them cast it, you know that it's on cooldown. And this is also very impressive, I think. When you're going for the transfer, the timing of building the bridge and breaking the magic door is... Ideally, it's simultaneously, right? And you will see that he's managing that as well. Skipping a bit. Notice this nice detail. He's pulling 4 imps at once. It's such a nice little detail, because he knows that it will break, and you can see it did not lose a lot of time at all, since there's a lightning trap here, and he knows this, and he already picked up the imps, so he doesn't need to pick up new imps. Very nice. See, he picked up the imp before it could pick the transfer creature up and put it to the library. Very nice. And he is, as I said, Boodle Rhyme was disastrous for me, and he is 19 minutes quicker as of right now. And this of course makes Tulip Scent very quick, as you have this level 10 Reaper and you will just shred through them. If you're going for the IL strategy, you have a boulder trap in the core of your heart, and you need to time it and put it over the 2 orcs, because the 2 orcs of blue, I believe they are level 8, they will kill the level 1 Horned Reapers you have. And regardless, the level 1 Horned Reapers does not kill the blue heart as quickly as the level 10 Horned Reaper does. And you can see he doesn't even need to care about the 2 orcs. That's great. Next level is Mirthshire. Mirthshire is of course an auto-scroller, so I will be skipping quite a bit. There's not much to say about this level. After a certain amount of time, the heroes will spawn. I'm not sure if it's the same as Hearth, if it actually matters how fast you kill the waves. But if you want to see all of it, as I said, I will leave a link. But as you can see, the map is significantly longer than the... It's almost a fourth of the speed run. And he's going for this cheeky way, he's collecting ghosts. Doesn't matter, right? You can do whatever you want. I know that... I think it is Sunel who starts to making graffiti with the imps. Somehow is digging out in a pattern to make words. You can do whatever you want for this level. Yes. And now your location is known to the heroes. They're moving quickly to mobilize against you. Right. But he is already at creature limit, I believe. Let's see. I think it's hard to say. He has a lot of ghosts. I believe he also summoned some imps. So instead of the hero spawning, he does the trick where you get 255 imps and nothing spawns. And then, yeah, he just wins instantly. Very nice. Here's Blaze End. Blaze End is... I think it's a very fun level to play vanilla. For speedrunners, it's... there's a different... He's playing on the Keeper FX version 0.4.8, which has a different map than the one I played on 0.4.6U. And this way the map gets In this version the map is quite simple. Difference is you need to kill the Lord of the Lands, and in 4.6 you don't need to kill the Lord of the Land, but you need to do a lot of other cheeky things to manage to conquer the level. So the idea of the level is actually that you're going into this huge hero dungeon, and I think it's quite fun, and heroes keep coming. They keep coming in waves at you, and you're actually quite weak. Of course, there are many ways to mitigate this. Anyone who has played Ancient Keeper campaign knows the guard post on water trick. So the big difference from this level compared to the 0.6.u is that this wall is neutral. Instead of it being the room is neutral, so the walls are white and the room is neutral, which when you claim the square next to them it becomes just a piece of earth, so you can dig through it with the imp. In the 4.6u you have to do a trickier thing, which is you need to claim next to it and you need to wall clip into the room, and the way I do that is to claim a neutral vampire, speed him and slap him, and then you can wall clip. But that makes the walk very difficult because there are a lot of lightning traps. So the reason he's not going into the room is because there's actually an action point in this room triggering a spawn of a lot of... Is it wizards or monks? Maybe it's monks. I don't quite remember. But of course now this is a very quick path to the enemy heart. And he's just running in to kill it. And you can see all of the lightning traps damaging quite a lot, but of course dragons are very tanky. And he has heal, so he can just do this. Sometimes the heroes will run in to try and stop you kill the heart, and then you lose. Or at least you lose a lot of time. Not great. I've had a couple of rounds die on Blaze End. But of course, then I had a level 4 vampire, not a level 6-7 dragon. But as I said, you need to kill the Lord of the Land in this version, which you don't need to do in the 4.6u, which of course saves time. Oh, wait. I didn't kill him. Alright, so just faster. So of course now on this level he's saving a lot of time. Missile is kind of a tricky level. It's quite consistent. I've had some rounds die on it. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but... So there's a white keeper and there's a blue keeper, and you only need to kill a blue keeper, I believe, to be able to progress. So what you do is that you dig, and you dig to blue keeper. And then the creatures, they will run and they will kill blue instead of killing you. But of course you need to do what he's doing right now, which is possessing and blocking it off with the reinforced walls. Which is the same strategy which is used in Woodley Rhyme. And now he's triggering the Lord of the Land. And he's helping them. Very nice. Helping them to get closer to blue heart. I guess it is so that blue isn't going to claim the square, so that it takes longer to claim. And as white heroes are making it to blue's heart, he's patiently waiting. But he's this guy is he's a genius. Alenor is a pure genius. What he's doing now is very, very cheeky. He's, I think, if I understand the level completely, if you have no creatures when you win, something like that. I don't even know where the secret level of this is, but he's going into the secret level, Maybe it's just available because you never look that far in the map. I'm not sure. I've never seen this, and it's very cheeky, very smart, very creative. So he's going into the secret level before the infamous Skybird Trill, which is of course the most difficult map in the original campaign. And the reason to why he's doing this is so that he can transfer a creature, and he's transferring a Priestess, level 9 Priestess. And he's going into Skybird Trill at a 1.42, which is very quick, very quick. Skybird Trill is a tricky map. You need to kill the avatar, and then he comes back with a lot of white creatures, a lot of them, and if you're not prepared, they will run over you like you're dirt. So you need to kill him, and then you need to kill him again. In the original strategy, we utilized the 255 imp glitch, which of course just doesn't make him spawn, so you just instantly win. And he already has a Priestess. He put it, and the reason he wants a Priestess is because the Priestesses are very good at researching. He missed the first tick of a creature, but it's not very necessary for him since he has the Priestess, who is very high level. And he gets a dragon now. And he wants to research as quickly as possible to get speed and guard post. I am not sure which strategy he's going for on this map, I don't remember. But if you're going for the imp strategy, you need a lot of gold. And it sure seems like he's going for the imp strategy because he's digging out all of the gold. He's not using Must Obey here. I don't know why. Maybe he wants to preserve gold, but Must Obey also increases the speed of all the creatures, so not sure. Probably has his reasons. He's building out a library. He already has the guard post. I believe he's... Yeah, I'm not sure what he is going for. He has the guard post, but he's not timing the guard post with the possibility to dig out here, because of course he's using a different strategy. I also think that is new for... that I've never seen that before. The tentacles usually don't freeze before they come close, but maybe that's a bug that was fixed. I'm not sure. Usually they only freeze in melee range, but maybe for 4.8 they don't. He wants to bait him away from the door so that he can use an imp to... No? Ah, he baits him away to the door so that he can destroy the door with a dragon. So he's doing a combination of the old strategy, which was to use the dragon to destroy the other magic door, which leads more directly to the dungeon heart of the enemy, but it's of course more heavily guarded. And there's also a point made to that breath attack, which is the attack he's using with the dragon right now. It deals a lot more damage in the original game, which is the original route, the one it's run on, and it deals less damage on keeper effects, which takes him more time to destroy the door. When I run this level, I go for a wall clip thing instead. It's flashy, but I'm not sure if it's quicker. I'm not sure, but with the preparation with the priestess, I think maybe it is. I'm not sure. But anyway, he got the door down, and it's gonna use the priestess to go in. It's just going and releasing the Horned Reaper. And he is using the Horned Reaper to destroy the White Keeper. And this is new, or at least it's new to me, and this is Very smart. Genius. Of course you should do it like this. There is a white... There you can see the white Horned Reaper level 10. And this is very smart. It's also, I believe it's very helpful for the consistency of the map. Usually you have to claim squares all the way up to this, where behind that magic door is of course the avatar, whom you need to kill. And he's using the enemy Horned Reaper to destroy the door so that he doesn't do it. I usually relied on luck, because somehow the Blue Keeper lets an imp get stuck behind the door, and when he does, you can draw aggro and he will use the Call of Arms straight onto the avatar. But what he's doing is using the white Horned Reaper to destroy the door. And as the Horned Reaper destroys the door, he will attack the avatar and he will die. The avatar will... No, sorry, because they're both white. He will not die, but he will run around there. But as the blue has a claim square next to an unclaimed square, he will drop an imp there, and the imp will be attacked by the avatar, and he will use Call of Arms, and he will kill the avatar for you. And then of course he's combining this with the imp bug to get the maximum creature limit. It's very smart. Very smart. He gets a decent time. I do believe that. I think I'm not sure if he has the record on the Isle on the Skybird Trail. I think he does, and probably maybe he tried out different strategies. I do still believe that the Priestess method he's using, it's very flashy and very creative, but I'm not sure it's the fastest. But it's for sure very smart. It's very fun. You can see it's getting up to the creature limit. It's also very smart in this sense, because he never has to deal with the tentacles, because the imps will never run out to die because there are no squares to be claimed. So he can just leave the tentacles to fate. Doesn't matter. He made the Horned Reaper invisible, and he's running up, I assume, to assist to kill the avatar, or to watch it. I'm not sure. No, he's helping to kill it, and now he's just Now he just needs to wait until he wins. And of course, it's a fantastic run. All in all, very, very creative, very smart. He does the executions very well. There's a reason to why he's the new world record holder, and rightfully so, very quickly. And as I mentioned, he doesn't only have the record on the full game run now, he also has a lot of the ILs and and the Dungeon Keeper 2 also. It's a blast to watch this guy. And he just keeps improving his times 2. It's really fun to watch, and very impressive. And he kind of came out of nowhere too, which is very fun. We need to step up. But very impressive. Very, very impressive. And he has this funny little dialogue in the end. So that was the run. It's as you can see, it's a very nice run. He does some different things very creative, very good, and yeah, it just keeps showing you how Dungeon Keeper is such a nice game to speedrun, because there are always new ways of doing things. There's a fair bit of RNG, making also the maps a bit more fun, and not to that extent that it will be like pure. I mean, at some point it will be purely determined by RNG, but right now there's still skill primarily which matter. And as you could notice, he was also taking the very bold approach of never saving the game, which is very funny. Apparently he made up his own category called the Iron Man Plus, which is no saves and no restarts, nothing. It's very fun. I look forward to seeing what this guy does next, and I hope you enjoy this commentary track to it and all this mindless blabbering. If you are curious about the Dungeon Keeper, you should definitely check out the forums, which you can either go to the Discord. There's a link in the description of the video, and you should also download Keeper FX. It's a fantastic fan-made expansion. It recently made it across to a full version. They stopped calling it the alpha or beta versions. They actually released a stable full release, and it is fantastic for casual players. It adds a lot of quality of life features, such as 5x5 room building, a lot of hotkeys which are fixed, higher resolution. It fixes a lot of bugs. For instance, the Horned Reaper at level 10, he could not hit anything because his accuracy actually hit too high marks, which caused it to reset. So he could only basically hit dungeon hearts. So it's a very good, very good. It's a necessary mod to play Dungeon Keeper. So, and there's a huge shout out to that community. It's fantastic, full of passionate developers, and also the speedrunning community of the Dungeon Keeper, which is friendly competition, and we're helping each other to be the best, and we're discussing which strategies, and it's a good community. So be sure to check that Discord out and to check out Keeper FX. And yeah,